Hello. Thank you very much for staying back for the concluding session of Nasscom. I hope all of you guys had fantastic, kind of knowledge sessions and meeting up with the fellow industry leaders here. So to conclude, as with what we did last year, is our next gen innovators. We are going to be talking to them and interacting with them on the stage. So it is a very inspiring story last year, as well as we hope to continue that inspiration for for this year. This is a very new session or a segment that we started in Nasscom, and thanks to the leadership of Nasscom as well as Ram, Atul, Kritika for supporting this very generously in terms of funding and growing this particular session. We had great folks coming up on the stage and talk about their kids, just kids, high school, undergrad, talking about what kind of work they are doing in terms of bringing in innovation. And this time we have expanded it from 2 to 4. So to kind of give you guys a sense of what this particular initiative this year looked like, I'm going to invite on stage my fellow colleague Ankita Puranik. She helped us in the curation process. Much to her reluctance, I brought her on stage. So this is all my doing. Ankita, can you give us some inputs on how the process worked this year in terms of finding these next-gen innovators?
Absolutely. It's so pleasure working with the young kids below the age group of 21. We announced the application process and surprisingly, we got the inputs from all across the country. We've received, I think, more than 20 cities, the applications from, and we were glad that a lot of professors and mentors have nominated young innovators to come on the stage and speak here at the Nasscom Future Forge. It was very pleasurable thing that I worked with them, Bala.
Excellent. And you said how many cities did we get in nominations from?
We had nominations from 26 cities and more than 80 applications received for this. From there, we cut down to top 15 and top 4, sorry. And from top 15, you must have met yesterday and today they were here at the event.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Ankita, for
Thanks,
supporting this journey.
Yes. One thing to add on, I work with the Women Entrepreneurs Group, which is very diversified and inclusive program. To work with this set of founders below the age group 21, it's more diversified and more inclusive. So
Okay.
had fun working with them.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks for your support. As with anything, I think one of the things that we took away from last year as well as this year wasn't as much of a surprise because we got surprised last year, is the level of deep-rootedness in terms of the innovation and the tech thinking across multiple cities, not just in the major cities that we are pretty much used to seeing, but we had kids coming from tier 3, tier 2, other locations as well. So innovation does not see any boundaries from that angle, and we certainly would love to promote that here as well. So for this year, let's put our hands together for the 4 finalists of Next Gen Innovators. Let's get them onto the stage. Shambhavi, Viren, Arushi, Sharavanan. Please take your seats. Shambhavi, leave this seat to me, please. All right, they are putting me to shame in terms of how they pitch their products. They have been pitching it for like investors, customers, and everything else. So we will probably see their pitch. But before that, let's get a brief round of introduction. Shambhavi, talk about yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Shambhavi. I'm a first year engineering student at MIT Manipal, and today I'm originally from Patna and my team member Arpit is also here with me today. So I'll be presenting you my pitch regarding my product today.
Viren.
Hey everyone, my name is Viren. I'm currently a third year student at DY Patil International University, and I like to say that I'm from India because I've lived all over. Thank you.
Hello. Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Arushi Gandhi. I'm the founder of Funding. I'm a senior to Shambhavi. I'm a final year engineering student at MIT Manipal. And yeah, just like him, I've lived a couple of places as well. Currently, I'm from Pune, so let's go with that.
Excellent. Sharonan.
Yeah, I'm Saravanan from Chennai, and I'm finally a computer science student pursuing BCA in Patrician College of Arts and Science. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that short introduction, but we still don't know what they do. One thing is that one of the criteria we forgot to mention is that this program is for people under 21. They could be in college, they could be in schools, but somebody who has kind of developed something interesting and have seen some traction. So with that introduction, let's get quick 2 minutes introduction to their idea, product, innovation, technology, whatever you want to call it. Shambhavi, why don't you kickstart that?
So should I move to the present?
Yes. You can stand up and present.
So once again, hello, I'm Shambhavi, and this is Navmarg Research and Innovation. Our team consists of Arpit, Abhijit, who is currently a high school student, and Akshat, who is doing his master's from Teddy Schools of Advanced Sciences. Now, moving to the, thank you. Now let's begin by telling you about the problem we are addressing. I'm sure all of you know about arsenic. It is a naturally occurring element which is found all over the earth. But what we are not aware of is the amount of damage it can cause to people and their health. For people living in villages, there are around 300 million people across the globe who are exposed to arsenic contamination. Even in just in India, 221 districts have found to be contaminated by arsenic in their drinking water. Most of the people, like these are some images of the people who are suffering from the diseases, they don't even know what they are suffering from and what is causing that. To solve this, we came up with a product which is the magnetic arsenic removal unit. So this started back in 2018 as a school project, which now evolved into a nationally recognized and patented technology that can solve the problem of arsenic contamination in groundwater. It uses primarily molecular magnetism to remove the particles from the groundwater. To test its efficiency, there are two models, if I can go back. Yes. To test the efficiency of the device, we conducted pilot studies for the last 3 years in 7 schools of Bhojpur and Buxar, which are in Bihar, and treated up to 29 lakhs of drinking water, bringing arsenic contamination from 126 ppb to less than 2 ppb, which was a great success, and it got recognized by CSIR IICTC and called as the state technology of Bihar. Currently, we have 2 commercially available units. We are now deploying it through our startup, which is supported by Innovation Center at Manipal. And these are the 2 units. The first one is the 800 KLD model, which has a lifetime of up to 10 years, while the second one is the 100 KLD model, which is for the municipal scale. We are also working to integrate DeepTech into it by integrating IoT and AI to analyze the water quality and to then predict contamination in the water. We hope that through this we are able to work to get access to clean and safe drinking water for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Big round of applause for Shambhavi. Come over, Shambhavi. All right, we'll continue the journey. We'll actually be having some a conversation with them about their inspiration, background, etc. But let's move on to the second one. Viren.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Viren, and I'll be presenting Dhoop. So that Dhoop actually gives us more energy in 1 hour than what we require in an entire year. I'm sure that's why it's extremely significant that we have this as a source while we are reaching net zero. There's several government schemes as well that encourage adoption of solar energy as a resource. But have we thought about what happens 20 years later? Are these sustainability projects sustainable themselves? Well, we found that the maintenance systems are extremely expensive and oftentimes impractical, which is often then leading to a reduced efficiency, further costs, and possibly even downtime. We don't want no internet, right? So we decided to attempt to solve that with Dhoop. And in 3 simple steps, all we need to do is fly the drone over a solar plant, upload all of these images to our software, and at the end of the day, that's all you need to do to get simple reports about the health. you get comprehensive actionable insights, you get fault detections, you get long-term analysis of how each panel is behaving, which all can then lead to increased efficiency and performance. And this is how far we've come. So the first picture represents some of the internal workings. We are automatically numbering solar panels from drone images, as well as detecting several types of faults using thermal images. So we're detecting dark hotspots, bypass diodes, and other types of faults. And towards the right, there is a single one-time setup process. And then all you need to do every time you do a maintenance check is simply upload these images, and on the right you have the reports. And that's all you need to do every time. Just upload the images, get reports, and use them to improve your solar plants. Well, while I have developed all of this, I could not have done it without the encouragement, the nurturing, and most importantly, the challenging that this entire team has given me. So Roshan, Manik, Avinash, Manish, Pavan, Nirav, and myself. So we've all developed this product together, and for that I owe all the thanks to them. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. Viren, is any of your team members here in the room?
All of them are here.
Okay.
Except for
guys.
Avinash.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. All right. Thank you. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, I hope they don't give you grief later saying, "Ye nahi bola, wo nahi bola."
We'll see.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Arushi?
Yes, let's do this. Hello. Yes, so hello everyone. As I mentioned, I am Rishi. Oh my God, thank you for that. Yeah, so we're funding. So that's Harsh and me. The two of us met in Feb of this year, and we've been sort of experimenting with a bunch of problem statements in the VC ecosystem, which is what I'll expand on a little bit. We have experience working at corporate startups, and that's us. So yeah, so the problem statement is pretty easy. We were working at early stage startups as founders office people, and we realized due diligence as a process is so painstakingly long and annoying that we wanted to address that. We went to the VC side of things. We started speaking to them, started seeing what is it that makes due diligence so terribly annoying. And we saw three major problems: that the way analysts do deal evaluation and due diligence is incredibly manual. They have to manually collect data. There is no tech automation to it. This might lead to investment opportunities such as huge dragons being missed out on. And finally, with all of the data, there's so much overload, there's so much fatigue that the sort of accuracy that tech systems can achieve, an analyst cannot. So keeping that in mind, we came up with a simple statement that what if we can give every analyst within a VC an assistant? Like what makes McKinsey is because they have isolated their back office systems. So just like that, what if we could provide a back office assistant to every analyst and help them do their jobs better? So that's what our software does. At the basis of it, there is an LLM. It's deeply data intensive, so it's at the point of source of all publicly domain available data, which helps you evaluate deals. It's deeply integrated, so in addition to connecting to your data sources that are external, it also connects to your internal knowledge bases within a VC firm. And the end product is an automated investment memo. An investment memo is essentially a document on the basis of which a VC or a IC makes a decision of whether they're going to go forward with a startup investment or not. So all the VCs in the house probably relate to this. Yeah, as I was saying, we have our in-house AI stack using the power of LLMs. We're making all of this happen. And yeah, that's us. You can reach out to me here.
Excellent. Arishi is your co-founder here?
No, he is not, actually.
Okay. He's
he
selling.
is in Bangalore, though.
He's selling. He's
Yeah.
meeting some VCs to sell. Okay.
That's my job. He does the product development.
He does the
He's
product.
brains
Okay.
behind the thing.
All right. Shambhavi, I forgot to ask you. Are your founders here? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Great. All right. The final pitch for the day before we begin our conversation.
Hi
Sharon.
everyone, I'm Saravanan. I'm going to present our innovative product, which is Smart Helping Aid for Divyajan children. And we have built this product with my teammate Santosh present here. And we have been working this for 1 month. And what does Divyajan means? Divyajan is just Divyajan stands for it means the persons with some kind of disabilities. And in our case, it's the person with, who cannot speak as us. They use sign language to communicate with others. And what the problem does this solves? Before getting into the problem, let me share my experience, which led me to build this device. One day, when I was going to my college, I was just seeing two muted individuals communicating with each other through sign language, but after noticing them for a few minutes, I couldn't understand what they are trying to say. At that time, I realized that there was a problem that they can communicate with each other through the sign language, but as a normal individual, we cannot understand what they are trying to say. So then I realized that this is the problem which we have to build some solution upon. And that at that time, I just built this product, which is a smart aid for helping for converting those sign language into different into any regional languages that we prefer. And And the solution is simple, which is we have used different sensors to calculate all the minute movements of fingers, like I have used here, these sensors, and then we can just, with the values from the sensor, we are converting those hand signals into different regional languages, and we have also tested this product in St. Louis College for Deaf in Chennai, where the students were really excited to use this in their day-to-day life. And then this is the demo of the product. Can you get this sound, please?
अच्छा करने के लिए आपको पूरा आप क्या कर रहे हैं अच्छा करने के लिए आपको पूरा
So this is how it works. It just turns all the signals into different regional languages. For example, we have just shown in Hindi, but we can do it in any other regional languages. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on. Excellent. You've introduced your teammate, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
my teammate.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. All right, so this is fantastic. So we've got 4 innovators. So I just kind of feel like I'm Karan Johar here. Are you guys watching that season, like new season? The first episode was a dud, in my opinion, but let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll do better, right? So, okay, with this, let's get started with talking about, the background. Like, Sharavanan spoke about his inspiration that he saw someone, like, doing this sign language, and he said, what if you understand what they are saying? Similarly, what has been the inspiration for you guys to develop? Like, for example, for someone, I wouldn't even know that arsenic was a problem, right? So how did you even come about this?
So back in 2018, we were fellows at Kilkari Bihar Bal Bhavan, which is a body related to the Government Department of Education. So we were given a project to study about water filtration. And at that time, arsenic contamination, especially in Bihar, it was at an all-time high. So we could read in the newspaper that government is taking this action, it is doing this to combat it. So that is how we started upon that idea. We went to competitions like the National Children's Science Congress, wherein it got accelerated and we worked more and more on it. But that is how it basically originated. And
got it. So you were like reading in the newspaper about this being a problem in your area, and then you got into that. Arushi, what about you? I mean, for you, talking about deal flow in college, I mean, at the time I would be worried about what's next day exam marks and questions. That's the deal flow I would be interested in, right?
No, I was like a very money-obsessed person. So I really liked venture capital and, venture capital startups, all that went hand in hand for me. So, I see we had a space there. There were a bunch of startups there. Some really good startups have come out of there. Some of them I've worked at, Bugbase, for example. So when I worked there, they were going through their, pre-seed round, and I kind of was the Balika Bakra, which ended up doing a lot of the data room stuff. So that's when I actually learned about what due diligence is like, and I really started liking venture capital. Honestly, I thought, I was going to take CFA and I was going to become a VC myself and never go into the operator side of
Do
things.
your parents know that you have these thoughts?
Yeah, so that's where I learned about it, met
Yeah.
Harsh, he had similar experiences as well. And then I think a lot of the learning was on the way itself. Like when we started, we knew X, and now we know 100x, and all of it has been because we speak to our customers on a daily basis, and we have built everything with our customers. Nothing has been without them.
So when you were doing these side projects for your seniors and other folks, did you charge them your time?
Yes, of course.
Ah.
I-
So you
I
already
was
have
a-
a business model going there. huh?
I was a tech person, right? I was a full stack developer. Like,
Okay.
of course, I didn't charge for like any of the sales stuff that I got into or fundraising stuff.
Okay.
But my core job, which I used to get in, was tech. So full stack development, engineering efforts have been what my kind of GTM has been into these
Got it.
companies.
How about you, Viren? I mean, not many students wake up dreaming about solar farms and all that.
So my foray was actually with drones. I've been involved with like learning how to assemble drones and flying drones since pretty much 8th grade, but those were only YouTube tutorial videos.
Thank God, you're a normal teenager. right?
Relatively.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so what happened after that was when I was in my second year, I got to intern at the College of Military Engineering in Pune. And over there, we were building suicide drones and the...
Suicide drones?
Yeah. So
Wow, okay.
prototypes, no bombs. But what happened was the officer in charge over there, Lieutenant J.K. Verma, was like, I do not want to destroy people's lives with drones. I want to build.
Thank God for that too.
We want to contribute. And then it was a matter of simply research and, what's the best way of using drones and deep learning and computer vision. And so that's where I started building the product. And as I looked for more opportunities, I found Blurgs, and Blurgs was independently doing the same thing. And we thought, hey, why not do it together? More the merrier, right?
Got it. No, that's very interesting that you kind of, went from suicide drones to, helping solar farms. Yeah. Not so suicidal. Yeah? Okay. That's fantastic. So each of you had very interesting, different inspiration, but you picked up on it. Was there any kind of how did you even come about saying, hey, here's a interesting problem that I want to solve? I mean, I can clearly relate to what Saravanan's kind of thought process, but when you read that newspaper article, Shambhavi, or when you are helping your college folks there, or you are having very negative dreams about suicide drones, how do you even convert this into an opportunity? What was the process like when it was not everybody reads the newspaper article, right? But not everybody wakes up and says, all right, fine, I'm going to be building this, right? How did that process come about? Did anybody guide you through this, or talk to us about that?
Yeah, I think for us it was a series of pivots. Like, we did a bunch of stuff, but for every pivot or every sort of solution that we wanted to push to the market, it was about having that one person or that one, like for us it's B2B, so having that one firm who would be like, okay, yes, this is a problem, this is something we'll pay for, this is something we'll like create a demo account for it, we'll use it, even if it's like a MVP, so it's a shitty version of the product, it's okay, we'll still go ahead, we'll integrate into this thing. So everything, it's just like idea, validating the idea, as in having one person to start off with who's willing to pay for it or actively integrate it into the organization, and then going from that one person asking, hey, can you refer me to someone, and then going with that.
Got it. MVP is shitty.
Sorry to use that word, but yes, generally they are.
Yeah. For 2 days we've been like glorifying MVP here.
It really depends from organized or the type of solution.
No, that's fine. I'm totally with your lingo. I will also call it shitty. Yeah. Saravanan, how about this? Like, you saw someone and you suddenly said, all right, I'm going to be coming up with this solution. What was the process like?
Yeah, I was just thinking to build something to solve this problem, but then I just partnered with my team member, and then we just brainstormed what are the possible solutions that is possible to solve this problem. At the time, we just came up some of the problems, like whether to use ML models or just use phone camera to do this process. But then we realized that if we want to use phone cameras, then we have to use some high-end phones to run the machine learning models on it. So then we just built this product, because by using single glove, we can just carry it anywhere. We don't need high-end phones. We just need a normal basic phone with good Bluetooth connection. So we can do that. So this was the only product which is scalable to all the persons. So we just built it.
Excellent. Shambhavi, you have developed some magnetic way of like removing arsenic. But that's some deep tech, right? Like, how did you even come up with that idea of let's use this process to do it?
So
And you were in like what? Which standard in school?
Ninth, 10th.
Ninth, 10th. Yeah, that's pretty, senior enough. Yeah.
I think initially we read a lot of studies related to arsenic and its magnetic properties right when we were researching about projects. So it was a school project for a competition, nothing more than that. But once we took it to a few competitions, we got so much support that we went on to do a lab scale testing. And through the organization, through Kilkari, this idea was sent to Department of Science and Technology, which evaluated it and which supported us with advanced research funding, so we can continue to work on it. And gradually, by learning stuff, we went on to then do further pilot trials with UNICEF and Public Health Department. That sort of led the way
So
through.
this pilots you are talking about are MVPs.
The first one was MVP, then the second pilot,
You know
which
what
was
it means, right?
minimal
MVP
viable
means-
product.
No.
Should you?
No, just continue. Yeah.
But like in the second pilot, we moved on to like much more commercial versions so that we can finally get it into the market.
So you sell to governments.
Mainly government CSR initiatives. Right now, that is our main consumer base.
Yeah. So
But
selling to government must be a lot of fun for a high school student.
it is a little challenging sometimes. Bureaucrats change. It takes
Yeah,
a lot
is it?
of
I
time.
never thought so. I mean, I thought. Yeah.
But like I think we were lucky enough to find associations so that we can get into that process, because otherwise if you're an outsider, it's a little difficult to get in.
How many government folks have you dealt with?
We have dealt with public health and engineering
Like,
department.
tell
many,
me.
many.
How many?
Oh, many.
Okay. So you are our, Nasscom expert from now onwards, if anybody wants to sell to government. Yeah. So how many are, by the way, this is a $1 million question. In how many of these government projects did you actually get money from them?
We did get quite a lot of money. I
Oh
think
my God,
from-
you are hired.
Like
Yeah.
from the government, we sourced around 13 lakhs of research grants, and others were from UNICEF and other NGOs. But government funding plus the resources which we got, they were primarily from Department of Education, which like supported us to learn and then implement this idea.
Okay, fantastic. I think this is a very complex muscle, not just the technology part, but the fact that you could take it to the, various initiatives, governments and convince them, and by that, it's amazing, right? Yeah, what about you, Viren? You still thinking about those suicide drones?
No.
Okay, we'll come
Promise.
back to this. So solar farms, who do you sell this to?
So there's a couple of stakeholders with the solar farms, right? Like there can be governments and there can be companies who run these solar farms. So not naming any, but anyone who's interested in basically maintaining a large set of panels together, they can come find us at Blurgs.
Okay, that's a pitch. Yeah. All right. Okay. So what about you, Arushi? Your customers, how do you find them?
Oh, I think for me, probably the easiest out of these VCs, right? They're already so active on LinkedIn.
And they respond to emails. Absolutely. Yeah. Every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't respond to emails.
I
but
send
like
10,
an event
10
like this-
emails to VCs, I get 20 responses.
Okay, I just mean on a relative basis, my job is slightly easier. I can do cold outreach on LinkedIn, email. Best thing is to be present at events like these generally. As I was saying, like, if there's like an investor convention, I can just go to them. I'll get some leads out of there. Best thing that works for us is warm outreach. Like somebody will refer me to someone, hey, young founder doing something cool, just speak to her. So that usually helps. Still figuring it out, our GTM.
Very nice.
But
I can take legitimate dick on investors because I am an investor. So just to put it there. Kosher. Yep. All right. Saravanan, what are you doing with your product? I know it's a little prototype stage right now, correct?
It's in prototype.
Yeah, but you said you're working with the Association of Deaf or something like that.
Yeah, we are working with the St. Louis School, which is in Adyar. So they are just to test out the products. We are just constantly keep on building this. Starting, we had more drawbacks.
Right.
Currently, we have just rectified like improvement in the sensors, what are the different values, and increasing in languages, different languages, how many it can be scaled. At the beginning, we just had 2 languages, which is only is English and Hindi. But now we have just scaled up to 8 languages. So
These are all Indian languages.
yeah, are all Indian languages.
It's not like you can send this to Google cloud, and then it'll give you the text. You've actually coded them.
Yeah, we have actually coded them for each of the values because
Got it.
we have used standard language, standard sign language to do all the process.
Got it. Got it. Well, let's talk about your family. You couldn't have done this without the support or resistance from the family. 9th standard, 10th standard, you're thinking about arsenic, you should be thinking about board exams.
Yeah, so I think my team members went on to start this project.
Okay.
I joined it in the pilot stage, but I think the biggest support was from our parents, obviously, to continue this extracurricular activity apart from studies. It did take a lot of time and it was challenging at some times, but I think we managed. And it was something so impactful that it should be done.
Got it. So what about you guys? Anybody, who else supported you in this journey? Like also, by the way,
Shambhavi, wanna
Shambhavi, you also
mention
spoke
sir
about,
and ma'am.
sorry?
From our college, sir and ma'am from ICI
Yes.
here, they've been incredibly supportive.
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah.
people from Manipal Institute
Yeah.
of Technology here in this
Yeah,
room?
Zubair sir and Sujata
Oh,
ma'am have
excellent,
been
excellent.
incredibly
Thank you.
helpful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, we have a whole setup.
Obviously, I was going to ask about, some negative stuff about their college, but I will not, now that you are here. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so how was the experience? Like, how do you guys, I mean, college is not easy, right? I mean, it's like, given that, he's going to be making his, exams tougher, where do you find time for all this, right? And, I was watching your team introduction, you said CEO, COO. First of all, do you even describe yourself as I'm a third-year student, second-year student, or
Never.
CEO and COO, or product founder? How do you guys describe
I think for me,
mentally?
I keep it a secret for the most part that I'm still in college.
Sorry?
Like, I keep it a secret for the most part that I'm
Oh, is
still
that
in
right?
college.
Why?
I don't know. I think that it loses a little bit of credibility. Like, if you're still in college, are you still going to, like, you'll take our money and run away? I don't know. It's just something I've experienced. Maybe not true
I see.
all over.
But talk to me about the support you guys got from, seriously, from your college, as well as your parents, as well as other ecosystem. Like, she got a lot of support from, you said multiple Department of Education and all that, right? So it's good to see. It takes a village, or rather an entire country, to support and get you guys helping, right? So give us a little bit of, and you got some support from defense.
Yeah, so I owe it all to my family, which also now includes everyone at Blugs, and also my friends for being absolute jokes, so I can laugh at them. But my father is in the army, and that is how initially I got to know about the internship opportunity. But more than that, my family has, they've always been there for me in my highs and my lows, and they've challenged me, they've pushed me, and that in the end of the day, they've also given me my morals and my values, and I believe that at the core, that makes me who I am and how I will go forward.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Next time, we got to make sure your parents are also in the room. I really love to see that. Your family is your pillar, right? A supportive pillar. Talk to me about some of the darkest or scariest part of your experience. I'm 100% sure you guys had it, right? What was the most scary part of this journey? Sharavanan, you want to lead that?
Yeah, I think when the first time we are just approaching that school for this product demo, they have been just like, what is this product? They don't know what is this. At the time, the product is also in a very beginner stage, so we don't know what to do. At the time, they were just seeing like, will that work? And at that time, we got some scary whether the product works or not. So it was the scariest moment that we felt on that.
Got it. How about Shambhavi?
I think the biggest challenge was the acceptance of people. So when we went on to pilot trials, it was very difficult to install and do every plumbing and everything on our own, because the people who were working there, they weren't aware of the technology in the beginning. So to explain them everything and to let people believe that this can actually work.
Got it. Arushi?
I think just every time production breaks, like Dil Ki Dhadkane just kind of goes out. Like one time I remember it was like our first client or second client, something like that. We emailed them their credentials and their demo account, and login in nahi chal raha. And it was like, I tried 14 different laptops, 14 different systems, everywhere it seemed to be working, but client ke wahan pe nahi chal raha tha. So that was scary. Keeps happening, production breaks, part of life, but that's the scariest part.
Got it. Viren?
So it's not related to suicide drones.
Definitely. We have moved on
Yeah,
from there.
we have.
Yeah.
But in the process of developing the entire solution, I was pretty much like coding it out and then verifying it with Manik, who was then telling me if it's correct or incorrect. But there was a stage or a piece of the solution which at one point we sort of were wondering if it was technically not possible right now. With like the current technology, we were at the brink of realizing or basically deciding, okay, this with this solution is not possible. And at that point, I think I'd put in over 2 months out of a supposed 3-month internship that's now continued. But I was like, I was really scared, and I was wondering, oh, is everything, has everything I've coded gone to waste, and like, will nothing come out of this? But the darkest days obviously come before the brightest mornings. I don't know if I got that right, but that's literally the day when I was like, oh, this is another thing we done, and that's where I got the solution.
Got it.
And the new process.
My next question will determine whether you guys are true startups or not. Have you guys lied to your customer? Saying, oh yeah, that feature, we have it, no problem. And then you call, like, go fix it. That's not lies? Okay. Like lied as in like white lie in the sense, like overstating. Don't worry, everybody has done it, yeah.
It was already in our product roadmap. What are you talking about? It was already there.
Okay, all right. We've got a connoisseur and a true professional. It's in the product roadmap. Okay. Well, by the way, what's your lingo for product roadmap, like your MVP?
A book of lies.
Okay, there we go. All right. So this is fun. My final question, seriously, where do you guys see it happening right now? As you see right now, what's your vision?
I'll go.
You go? Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think traction, like the company traction, is something that we look up to a lot. They have something, they have a product in a market like ours, which is supposedly, like it's said to be a small market, and we agree it's a small market. So for us, our dream is to, even though we are in a small market, we want to be a high ticket size product, and ideally we also want to IPO like traction and be like market leaders in something. When it comes to due diligence, anyone thinks of due diligence, they think of funding, is what we want to position ourselves as.
Excellent. All right, Sharonan?
Currently, we plan to upgrade it in a much scalable manner and a more user-friendly manner so that everyone can access it. And my long-term vision is to create this product in a way that everyone can access it, not only muted individuals, for other persons like not in the same glove, but in different way to make a translation, in real-time translation, that translates all the languages into other languages immediately. So that's our vision.
Got it. Viren?
So the prototype is already complete, and we're in the final stages of basically testing the product. But more than that, I would like to see large-scale deployment of the solution, and I would like to see it working beautifully so that I can rest, basically. And in addition to that, I would also like to implement mechanisms that keep making the product better for the longer the time it is in real world. So it keeps getting better. There's no limit to it.
Excellent.
We are also working towards the large-scale deployment, be it in household communities or institutions. Alongside, we are working on a domestic version of the same so that it can be directly installed to the customer. And apart from that, we are trying to integrate IoT and AI, artificial intelligence, for the water quality monitoring purposes so that we can predict and analyze the concentration, the contamination present in the groundwater.
Are you also planning to go beyond arsenic? Or?
Yes, sure. So the company, our aim is not just with arsenic, but water quality in general. Like all forms of, that is why analysis and monitoring comes into place. And for mapping part as well, which is we create a dashboard where you can access the water quality data instantly without any like problems. That is the aim.
Excellent. One final question. What help or support do you want from the ecosystem?
I think a lot of people would have, I think in the last panel also someone said this, but standard and great data basically, that is the biggest challenge that we faced initially as well, which was like collecting good data that we can build the deep learning models off of. So support in that, especially with orthomosaics, rectification, auto-rectification, all of that. And yeah, like that's what I think would be for my product.
Okay, Saranan, what help do you need?
I would like to get some details about what are the research that can be done to improve the product in a much scalable manner and user-friendly manner.
Arushi.
Yeah, I would love to optimize my inbound. So any VCs in this room that have problems with their analyst not working as well, please hit me up. I would love to demo my product.
Lovely. Shambhavi.
In my case, more people involved in the water sector we can work with, and we can work on the marketing and the reaching to the customer part of it. That would be great.
Okay. Are you guys raising money? Arushi is. She's like, okay. Yeah. How about you, Viren?
Secret.
Oh, secret. Why is it a secret?
It's not. Okay, so we have like clients who we will reach out with, and once the deployment is basically complete.
Got it. How about you?
So we just raised a seed fund from Startup Bihar.
Ah.
So we are
okay.
currently with that.
Well, fantastic. Yes, you had
So
some.
currently we are just working on the prototype, we are just searching for the fundings.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you very much for that. Well, how many people think this is better than the Karan Johars this season? There you go. Thank you. I love you guys, man. All right. So with that, the folks will be available on the side if you guys want to interact with them. Please do generously offer your support, mentorship, connects, or even write checks, and help them, help them as through this. Thank you very much for staying back. I think we are already late, so we will pause taking questions. Ankita, do we have time for questions, or we'll wrap it? Wrap it. Okay, she's like this way. All right, sounds good. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Have a great year. We'll see you again. Thank you.